right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well in grace and peace for winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of Allah. This is your fellow servant, Rakha from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you with another impromptu lesson. And I was just sitting here meditating on a few conversations that I've had with brothers these past couple of days and weeks, and a statement that was made by the elder Yashawamba a couple of days ago in one of his videos, going into how we witness miracles as we see each other. And some of the testimonies that, brothers have are a prime example of the miracles that the Lord is performing every day, and the power that the Lord is showing in the face of the world. Because as it stands, brothers shouldn't be in this position as it is right now. From some of the testimonies, that brothers have, some of the things that brothers have experienced, in this so-called lifetime, it's a miracle in itself for us to be at this point that we are right now, possessing the faith, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding that we have right now. It's a miracle. And the Lord is constantly increasing the miracles that are being performed in the earth as we speak. There are more brothers waking up, to the knowledge of the truth. There are more men springing up with the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. There are more men being pulled out of the affairs of this world, out of the wiles of the devil and the snare of this world. As we speak, brothers are increasing, in the faith and in the knowledge. And as we witness each other, we truly are witnessing a miracle. Something that was never thought of, to happen, especially to our nation, is happening, which is the reconciliation of the nation of Israel, starting with the remnant. That was something that was never thought of. Something that was far-fetched is now happening before the face of the world. A snare that was designed to keep us entrapped and destroyed forever is now being reversed. Brothers are now being pulled out of that snare, out of that trap, and being increased before the eyes of our enemies. And as we witness each other grow in the faith, grow in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, grow in the understanding of Yahweh Shai, the application of Yahweh Shai, as we witness each other grow in all these different aspects of the spirit, we truly are witnessing a miracle. That's why Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, states about the strangeness of our salvation, so far beyond what they look for, roughly paraphrasing, because the world never expected this. The world never expected for Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians to rise up under the banner of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The world never expected that. The world never expected Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians to escape the snare of cocaine, meth, weed, firewater, the woman, AIDS, crack, whatever you name it, GMO foods, fluoride, lead, asbestos. The world never expected us to be able to bounce back from Christianity, atheism, gangbanging. The world never expected us to be able to bounce back from the dead estate that we were in, that valley of dry bones. But the Lord has performed a miracle by quickening us. And not only quickening us, but as we are quickened, the Lord is increasing us. And it truly is a miracle to behold. I was just sitting here meditating, as I'm at the plantation. On a couple of conversations, man. I've had these past couple of weeks, and that statement that was made by the elder Yashawama. We are witnessing miracles. A work is being performed in our days, pursuant to Habakkuk, the first chapter. That though it be told, none believe, very few believe. Very few believe. In due time, the world is going to see the fruits of the labor that the Lord is performing now. The world is going to witness the power of the Lord. The world is going to acknowledge the power of the Lord, just like we are acknowledging the power of the Lord now. It had to be the power of the Lord to pull us out of the bullshit that we were in the world. It had to be. Speaking for myself first and foremost. It had to be the Lord. It had to be. Brothers was well on their way to the grave. Well on their way to the pen or wherever the fuck. Save Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Brothers would have been dead. It had to be the power of the Lord to pull us out of this dead estate. And pretty soon the world in itself is going to not acknowledge and witness the power of the Lord on an even grander scale, as the men of the Lord are increased from fishers to hunters, and from hunters to judges and rulers, eternal judges and rulers under Yahweh Shai. Got an influx of goddamn scoffers on the comment board, goddamn. But yeah, I just want to, put this on wax. Just a few things I was meditating on tonight. Namely, how we are witnessing miracles as we see each other. As the body is being increased, as all, the brotherhood is being perfected in the faith of Yahweh Shai. We're witnessing a miracle. The greatest miracle. All right, in our day and age, we're witnessing the greatest miracle to be performed on the earth right now. The beginning of the greatest miracle to be being performed right now. And it's starting in our lives. It's starting within the lives of the elect. And it's increasing. With that being said, Lord willing, it's edifying unto you elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakudash, and double honors to our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom. Stay up.